look at that. How quick.
I know.
It goes live like that.
I know. I like it. Whatever they've done to make it better, it's great.
I'm sure they were thinking about us.
They're like, these guys need faster connection.
Need so much help.
Well, hello, guys.
Welcome. Well, cheers to you.
Cheers.
I mean, let's get this thing going right.
Okay. What are you drinking?
I'm still on the coffee with butter.
I still am not on that bandwagon.
Yeah. I tell you what, if I had some bacon, I would put that in it too.
Well, it's very fitting for today's live.
It is, because it's all about the dudes.
It is all about the dudes. Today's topic is called Beauty for the Beasts, aka Men in the Spa.
Very nice, yes.
Everything men, client-based, and mainly things. And
we'll talk about that. So, my name's Brian.
I'm Kristen.
And the Beast was not actually available, the actual Beast. So his understudy will be playing the role of the Beast, which is me today. Yeah,
thanks.
And I'm assuming you'll be playing the Beauty.
Oh, I would love to.
Okay,
absolutely.
I think you should.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us today. We're really excited about this topic because it's not one that we've really considered before until this was kind of a last minute topic. We were like, okay, what are we gonna do for this live? We have a few ideas we were really excited about, but then it was just clicked, and we're like, we just talked about the menstrual cycles. I feel like we should follow this up with a little testosterone.
I think we should. I mean, I wore my plaid flannel today. I'm repping for my bros. I mean,
you've got your emergency heat and light source.
I do have my emergency heat and light source,
aka candles.
Yeah, I have a scented candle from my friends at Duke Cannon Supply, which is like the most manly brand out there, and I love it because I love the way they market. But
they have great marketing.
They don't have scented candles. They have emergency heat and light apparatuses. It comes in a can, but it's a scented candle. It smells like a green forest. Right. It smells amazing.
I love it. Yeah, their marketing. If you need some help on marketing, I think
if you want to market to men, go to Duke Cannon Supply.
It's amazing.
And just check out their stuff. It's hilarious, but it's very appealing to men.
Right.
I bought stuff.
Yeah, I feel like we have to be carrying around a hatchet and ready for anything.
Definitely
to come our way.
Every man has an inner redneck. I'll just tell you that. Every man. And so
that's hilarious.
Yeah, and this plaid is my representation of that.
That's awesome.
No matter where I go, it's always in there. It's always with me.
That's so funny.
We didn't really come to talk about me, but I feel like I'm going to share a lot today.
Well, yeah, I think you have a first-hand experience with this topic.
I do.
Kind of have some insight that maybe I wouldn't be able to give.
Probably so.
Well,
but
we're excited.
In all the magazines, though, all the trends show that more and more men are going to the spa.
Yes, which is kind of interesting to me, the change of the culture change there, because used to be this whole thing about manly man and masculine and and like, I'm not gonna wash my face, I'm just gonna rub some dirt on it and call it a day. But seriously, that is actually changing. The trends show that it was men make up 49% of spa goers now, which is
nearly half and half.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
They're starting to really care about how they take care of themselves and their skin. So
I think social media has a lot to do with it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I really do, because until I saw myself in a picture on camera, I didn't really think about it that much. But then I go, ooh. What is that?
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
That's hysterical. So what are, I guess there's a few questions that we as women need to ask. Are men coming to your spa? And do you want men in your spa? Yeah,
that's just as an important question.
Yeah.
Is, do you want them? And if you do, then how do you create that environment? What do you do? What kind of services do you offer?
Yeah.
That can then help recruit guys to come to your spa. Right,
and it actually comes down to science too, because men's skin is actually different than females.
I know. There's another shocker, right? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and so is their skin.
Yeah.
So we looked at some things on the International Dermal Institute website just to get some good comparison between male and female skin. And there are some differences, other than growing a full beard, which is probably the main difference. For the most part. There are some other things too that you need to take care of, or you need to notice when you're talking about treating a man's skin. So skin thickness is one of the main differences. Male skin is about 25% thicker than female skin.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, isn't it? But I think for us to be able to support the beard, especially if it's weighty, you're going to have thicker skin
Absolutely.
to be able to do that. Collagen density is also thicker, so which can relate also to the thicker skin and can play into that. But just as a general rule, then the collagen is just, it's thicker, it's denser, it's going to create that different type of skin for a man. Several other things too. Texture is different.
The collagen actually creates they don't age as fast as women do because of that.
Correct.
Which is awesome. I mean, that's why, like, whenever you're married to a man and you're like, how do I look 10 years older than you now? You know, and it's just all the collagen that they produce.
Yeah, it is, and that was in one of the articles that we read. It said that men actually look 5 to 10 years older than women their same age.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So it's all a conspiracy. Probably what it is.
Okay, gotcha. Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Got
Conspiracy.
it. We've checked that box off. We're not revisiting that.
Sebum production. Men have larger pores,
Yeah.
and they produce more oil, especially with the hair follicles is really where all that comes from. So as you're growing beards and whatnot, once you hit puberty, then all that stuff starts showing up, and you're going to produce more oil, which leads to more clogged pores.
Yeah,
congestion and different things. And probably if you've noticed, hair is not just on the face with men.
Right.
It can be on the back, neck, chest, other areas that, can create these long-lasting acne. It's because of the excess sebum production.
Gotcha.
But a good thing that it does, that men do have, is that our skin is better hydrated. We do have the ability to produce more moisture within our skin. Testosterone increases moisture levels within the skin, and so there's not as much drying out of the skin.
Right, because there's more lactic acid, actually.
More lactic acid, natural humectant, as you guys already know. But that can help too with us sustaining our youthfulness. Yeah. That youthful look throughout the years.
That youthful glow. That's hysterical.
Yeah.
So how do you create an environment that is male friendly or guy friendly? There's a couple things that were suggested.
Buffet would be good.
No, you can skip that. You are not required to have a buffet for your guys only area. But that is one of the things that they said was maybe have a guys only area that's specifically for just your male clients. Definitely, I think the full spa experience includes, being able to have a scent and very nice, pleasing scent. And some that were really pleasing to males was like woodsy scents. Bacon was on the list, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny because some services actually, some places that we looked at, they actually put a whiskey scent in a couple of their services for the guys. I mean, they love it.
But I mean, you could just get a whiskey scented candle, or heat and light apparatus.
Right, heat and light. Emergency heat and light apparatus. Yeah.
So basically, you're just creating this atmosphere of like casual and something that's appealing to men because that will make them comfortable. Some of the articles that we read is especially for the first timer. The whole first experience can be nerve-wracking because it's like their first time in a foreign country, essentially.
Yeah, you don't really feel like you belong.
Right.
Like, where's my visa? I need a spa visa. Where do I put my man card because I just lost it? All of that stuff, and it's really not true.
No, it's
once
not.
You start getting into it. But products are key too. You want to make sure that you do have products that are either specifically a men's line, or that you have things that you can recommend to men that don't look too feminine. Or things like that. And
right.
So just something to be conscious of.
Right. So the services that you could offer that would appeal to the male client, you want a couple services, basically, is what it comes down to. That was something that was really important, was that you couple services like if you're doing a facial, maybe you're also helping with their unibrow. Or cleaning up the eyebrows or something like that, but you're also pairing that with other services. There's a reason why guys really like the all-in-one inclusive products, and so that's same thing goes with your services. Be inclusive with multiple things in one service to make them more comfortable. You
probably wonder all the times, like, why does he keep buying that
5-in-1
body wash, face wash, hair remover, hair growth serum, and the same thing? You can't, because we will. If it's simple and it's easy and it takes care of 50 things in one, then we'll buy it every time.
Yeah.
So if you can put services together that can go, oh, by the way, this will help your beard grow, and we can also get rid of those blackheads on your nose, at the same time.
And your eyebrows will look
and
great.
Your eyebrows will look great. You'll know that they're different services, but he will never know.
Have no idea.
You can just put it together to do that. And
another one was sports therapy. Having, if you guys have, massage available, kind of go for more of like a sports massage, that kind of thing. Because guys like to work out. That was one of the number one things, is that they'll just kind of work out even if they've, if their muscles are tense and they've probably strained something, they'll still continue to do it just because they're a little bit stubborn.
We're supposed to play through the pain.
Right.
That's what we're told from early on, is that, hey, Michael Jordan played with the flu and he won the finals with it. He won the championship. You need to suck it up, bro. And that's what we're told.
Right.
And so that's what we do. However, we end up looking like this, and we don't know why. And so we need a massage or something, to take care of that. So it's, guys don't realize, I think, the regular maintenance. More and more guys are getting adjusted to it. But massage is just a great way for guys to come in and get introduced to some things that then you can upsell or add on other services that they'll end up loving, but it may not be the thing that gets them in the door.
I did read a thing recently, because not everybody has a massage therapist on staff, or you're not, dual licensed for that. The cupping has been a huge thing in the sports industry, and they now make several products that are not just for, licensed massage therapists. They're like it's either silicone or, some kind of harder rubber where you can actually squeeze it and you can massage, the facial muscles with them. And that goes for upper body, like upper back and shoulders, that kind of stuff that you would feel comfortable doing. But it's a really neat thing. So look into that, because you don't have to have a massage therapist on staff to be able to offer services like that would appeal to men.
That's good. And some people too, they offer a lot of couples massages or couples events, like do a date night or something where you stay open late or something, and couples can come in and do something together. For the guy that's never been, that's way more comfortable for him to come probably with his wife or girlfriend than it is just to show up on his own. But then once they're there, if you've created an environment that's going to make him feel comfortable and have services that he may be interested in, then you might develop a better long-term client with that guy.
Yeah. So let's talk about what would bring the clients back. So you kind of touched on that a little bit. The kind of creating a casual environment, like we said earlier. But I think the one thing that we've read mostly that appeals to men is statistics, is, having
stats.
the data.
What are the stats?
Exactly. So you want to have plenty of data to talk about why you want to do certain services, like why you want to get rid of the excess skin on your face and why you want to exfoliate so that you don't get the enlarged nose and rosacea and stuff that happens as they age and their skin thickens.
Yeah, and I think, seeing those kind of photos really hits us in the face. For me, I have to see it. I know my wife complained for years about these blackheads that were on the end of my nose that honestly I never saw. I didn't pay attention to it.
Right.
And she kept seeing, but then I started looking in the mirror and I'd go, oh yeah, that's gross. What do we do about that? We need to do something about that. And then you see the ongoing effects. As I've looked at different pictures and looked at different research, it shows that without regular exfoliation on your face, you will get these skin overgrowths. And then as I get older, I might have this big honker on my face that I don't really want, I mean, and that's motivation for me to go, I don't want that.
Right, exactly. So I think definitely, like you said, having photos and having the statistics behind, like what we were talking about, the skin is thicker and what it can turn into and everything. And so it's kind of reiterating the importance of good skin care regimen, and then also the importance of getting them back in the in-office treatment so that you can do work on their skin, because they may or may not click to the regimen at first, but they definitely will keep coming back to you if you keep it casual and you keep it keep a nice environment for them to be able to feel safe in that area. Yeah,
I think so. And I think even naming your services is real important. It's something that appeals to a guy. I mean, it is okay to call it like a facial blast or something like that, or you don't want to exfoliate, you want to sandpaper that sucker. Get your tools
out. The woodworker's facial.
Yeah, the woodworker's, the lumberjack facial or something
awesome.
like that. And again, our friends at Duke Cannon Supply, and by the way, we get paid nothing from them.
No, we just love them.
We just love their marketing. They're awesome people. So check out their website, DukeCannonSupply.com. and you can you can find some good ideas. But how you name stuff and different things that's going to appeal to a guy, it may be the exact same service that you offer for your female clients. I know that. But if it's named something different, if it's called the Sandblast Facial or whatever it is for guys, then I'm much more likely to buy it.
Absolutely. So one thing that we read was the two things that get guys into spas are massage and then hair removal. I think it's really important to not negate that at all, because hair removal is, I mean, it's one of the top things that they were concerned about. It was,
right.
Hair on the chest, hair on the neck, face, the whole 9 yards. So
back.
Yeah, back was a big one, and I had an ex-boyfriend that had a hairy back. Oh my gosh! Right. And he
Kristen
definitely
dated a woolly mammoth at some point.
Regret that completely. But yeah, hair removal was really important to him because he wanted it to look good, especially during the summer months whenever he's got his shirt off at the pool and stuff like that. So that was just one of the big things, is hair removal and massage were the two number one things that get guys into spas. And so you definitely want to use those gateways to kind of, get those clients in and be able to get on their level.
Yeah, I think so, and those are just good ways to do it, because they're probably not going to ask about these other things that are good for them, that will help, that they will like once they get in and see the benefits of it. But you have to kind of lead them into it to do that. So another thing is that you can advertise or be places where men are. Yeah. You can sponsor races or sporting events, or I know one of our clients here locally, all the advertising she does is on a radio station that's a sports talk radio station, heavily male-oriented audience, and she advertises with them all the time. Now, she does promote a lot of discounts or certificates, gift certificates and stuff like that, but they do live things where the guys on air will get massages while they're on the air.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of cool things that you can do to really entice men to come into here, but being where they are is probably a good thing.
Right, and I think that's important too, because if you are where they are, they're probably going to buy their wife a gift certificate as well, so that's kind of
they're going to buy something.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not for them, and then they'll get their wife something, and their wife may talk them into coming, like we said earlier, about the couples massage and that kind of thing. Yeah. So,
well, that was one thing they said about having the data on something printed that you can hand to ladies, or hey, if your guy's interested in this, take this home and have the data, have the stats, have the information, have the before and afters of what your skin can look like. You need to have pictures of guys on there, so they'll go, oh, well, maybe I need to check that out.
Right, and if you're wondering where to get, I don't remember what it's called, it's like rhino something, but where the skin is enlarged, it's actually a form of rosacea, I think.
It is, it can develop from rosacea.
Yeah, and it's where the skin thickens, and it's just like layer upon layer upon layer, and these noses are huge. I mean, you said the hungers just get huge. So, those are Dr. Pimple Popper. I know treats those all the time. So go to her Instagram. You can find pictures there of examples of that. But yeah, definitely want to keep that in mind. Like you said, statistics have things that are going to appeal to them, whether it be massage. Right. Look at the cupping thing. I think it's a really easy transition for someone that's already in aesthetics, because we already do like the lymphatic drainage, facials and stuff like that. And so it'd be a really easy transition for you to just introduce cupping to it. And it can be facial, neck, and décolleté or upper back. Another thing that I think is really important is guys with the acne. It's really important to not just have facial for acne, to control, get their acne under control on their face. A lot of guys get, they work out and they sweat and they get acne on their back and on their chest, and it's really important to have those services available as well, so that you're not just limiting to the face area. You're also helping them control their acne and get that managed. Get it managed.
Yeah, you can, and you see that especially with a lot of guys that play sports, either from their hat or down their back. I mean, that's always a big deal. Always a big concern. Anybody that plays sports has to deal with that. So, yeah, having some sort of back knee peel is really a good thing to do.
Yeah, and you can call it like the Sportsman or something like that, where it's you do a peel on the face and the back or something like that.
That's right. We got your back or something like that.
We got your front and your back.
Something like that. There's so many cool things that we could do here. And let's talk about what motivates guys too, and when you're marketing and when you're talking about things. and this is statistics, when you look at advertising and you look at just different ways that marketers have shown that people respond, people respond more to negative consequences than rewards. And I know this may sound weird and it may sound counterintuitive. You don't want to overdo the negativity, but you don't want to exclude it from the way that you talk about things.
Right.
You kind of have to show people what it is that that they don't want, and that will motivate people more than the rewards. Obviously, you want to talk about the good things. You want to talk about everything good that a service or something is going to do for somebody, but you can't leave out the part of, hey, if you don't regularly exfoliate, your nose is going to grow the size of Bozo.
Right.
You know, and make that point clear, and don't be afraid to say something like that, because really in things like that, prevention is the key. You don't want to get there, but if you don't show me 10 years down the road what's going to happen, then I'm not going to respond to it. It's like when I talked in one of these we did recently where I was under the woods lamp and the black light just highlighted all of that hyperpigmentation under my face. Totally freaked me out because I didn't know it was there. And, you know, the esthetician said, well, you know, as you age, that's going to come out. I was like, really? Well, what do we do? Let's stop that now.
Right. Get that off my face.
Yeah. So
right
I started a good regimen to help prevent that.
Yeah, that's really good. So what will neglect of themselves look like down the road? What it looks like right now? And I think I kind of like it. You're putting them in the hot seat, like, you haven't been wearing SPF? Well, this is what your face looks like.
Yeah, I know. You got to show somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Do that.
So one thing that we do want to touch on, and I think this is a very delicate subject, we are currently living in the age of the Me Too movement, human trafficking, and prominent men in society being arrested for soliciting sexual services at spas. And so there's a few things, if you are, you know, your own spa owner, or if you are, you know, just a one-man show, you're self-employed, that kind of thing, or if you have an all-female staff, it's very important to understand these things, and to kind of put some things in place that it protects you and it protects the client too, because you don't want to have a guy walk in and you just assume that's what they're, you know, expecting. But there could be a case where this would happen. So I definitely think taking the time with your intake process with them, showing them the stats and the pictures and everything of what could happen or what's currently happening with their face since they don't have a good regimen, or they haven't seeked out services yet. So take your time with the intake process and ask questions. And if you have a weird feeling in your gut, I always say go with your gut feeling. You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. So if you're getting creeped out in the intake process when you're not even, you know, working on their face or body, then definitely listen to your inner voice with that. And if you don't feel safe, then discontinue the service, you know, and you can politely excuse them. It is okay. You don't have to apologize for the gut feeling that you have. So in the intake process, I think it's really important to also have a harassment policy printout. So if you don't have one of those, I imagine there are probably some templates that you can go off of.
Do something online.
Right. But definitely suggest having that in the intake process, not just for men, but also for women, because some people are crazy. But harassment policy, including sexual harassment.
Have them sign it.
Yeah, have them sign it.
It doesn't prevent somebody from doing something that you don't want them to, but it certainly is a good deterrent when you have to write your name on something that says that you read it. And I would even make, you know, the sexual harassment part large letters so it's obvious that it's on there. Then you protect yourself. Post it in the treatment room. I mean, there's different things that you can do to make sure that that's noticeable.
And like I said, it's just it's protection for you, but it's also protection for them as well. And then another good thing to think about is if you're going to be offering services to male clients, then have either a male employee or have someone else in the room with you. So there's multiple people in the room whenever you're doing the services. Or the treatments. I think it's really important to take caution with all of this, especially for those, you know, single estheticians that are kind of the one-man show, the one-woman show. Definitely put these into practice, use these policies, you know, have them labeled, printed, you know, and visible in your waiting area, in your intake and consultation process. And I think it's just being professional throughout the entire treatment will also help, you know, set the standard that you don't take no crap.
Yeah, don't take it. Let's talk about a few products that we think could help with some of these treatments that we've talked about. I want to start with let's talk about the back first.
Yeah.
And so if you're talking about back or back knee or something, chemical peels can be a great way
Yes.
to take care of this. The skin on the back is you can go stronger.
Right.
Too.
You
So,
can.
men in general, you can use stronger techniques for the most part. You will have to be cautious. You still want to do test spots and all that. But salicylic acid is going to be good for the back. Mandelic is always good anytime with any kind of acne or congested pores or something like that. But always test and see how it does. But then that's a good treatment that I think is a great option that will really, really do wonders.
Yeah, I personally really like the blends when it comes to peels, like the Glyco and Lacti blend. Those are fantastic. The Lacti blend is a great one if you don't really want to get any kind of like real peeling or flaking, you know, that's because it is thicker. It is tougher skin. But the Glyco blend, I love that one for acne on the face as well as the body. I just think it really gets it under control. That salicylic's gonna like get those, you know, zits and stuff off their back. And
because our blends, our Lacti blend and our Glyco blend are combined with salicylic acid. So you do get some of that in there, but it's also combined with something else that either the lactic can help provide moisture or the glycolic is going to help get through rougher skin patches or go deeper with it. There's a lot of cool things that those do. You could even go a Jesmer route as well.
I like the modified Jesner for guys because it has glycolic, lactic, and salicylic, and those are by 14%. And that combination is so good because the glycolic's just gonna penetrate the skin, and it's gonna carry the lactic and salicylic deeper into the skin, and so you get a really good result with modified Jesner. And I know we've introduced Micah the last or a couple weeks ago, whenever we did another Facebook Live. Micah Jones at Rejuve Aesthetics, she said, you know, she uses like a 20 or 30 salicylic and then modified Jesner, and you know, and even like a TCA peel for those guys that have the back knee issues and the acne issues on their body.
Yeah, it can work really well.
Absolutely.
Some other things too, as far as services go, we released an acne bundle last time when we talked about this.
We have this here, the big ones.
It's actually great for a facial for a man because of the things that are included in it. So it's got an AHA wash, which it's an exfoliator as well as a cleanser, and then the microdermal scrub I love for a guy because when you massage it in, it heats up, so it's going to bring the heat. And so
you just sounded so country there.
It's gonna bring the heat, yo. Yeah, face on fire, facial, something like that.
Fire and ice.
Fire and ice, baby. Sorry, that's my inner redneck.
That's Ricky Bobby, is what that is.
It is Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. But, why are you getting me started on this?
I love going down rabbit holes. This is great.
Yeah, I'm the king of rabbit holes. So I know. Hopefully, we're entertaining you guys with my Ricky Bobby quotes. But it's a good facial for guys as well. So and it's a little, the exfoliator too in that scrub. It's a little more harsh. Yeah, it's not really the right word I'm looking for.
No, it's not
stronger,
harsh.
But
it's a bigger scrubbing agent. It's a larger scrubbing agent, so it feels a little bit more abrasive than like a crystal, like our crystal scrub's really fine grit. Yeah. So the microdermal is like a larger scrubbing agent, which is nice for a really good exfoliator. But seriously, the microdermal scrub, if you follow the directions to a T that are listed on the back of the bottle, the experience is it's an experience. It's not amazing. Just an exfoliation.
Yeah, and if you've ever wanted to promote a hot sandpaper facial, this is the one.
So we follow up with microdermal with the hydrocell turnover booster, and it's a great option because it's a hydrator, it's a serum, and it's really, it feels kind of light. So, you know, I feel like and it makes your skin feel so smooth and soft. So it's a really great one. And then of course we have SPF. Yeah, and gotta have that. It doesn't smell very girly, but it also doesn't smell like you're wearing, you know, sunscreen, which is great. But yeah, one of the products that I really like that we have, that actually I brought home and then was wondering where it went because someone at my house took it, and there's only me and my husband. It's our twice certified organic cold pressed argan oil, and it is probably my favorite product right now. He loves it because it's great for his beard though, which I think is so funny.
Yeah, and he has like a big beard.
Yeah, he's a big bearded man.
Not this shaved thing that I got.
I hate when he wears a beanie. People used to ask him if he was Zach Brown.
He does kind of look like.
He
Zach
looks
Brown.
like Zach Brown. But anyway, so he's all this big bushy beard and everything, and he loves that argan oil on his beard. And I was like, dude, that's like for my skin, okay? Do I need to get you your own bottle or what? What's the deal? Yeah, he stole it.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody knows, you guys know, argan oil is great for hair, and so it makes sense that it would be good for a beard. So I'm thinking, I mean, why would you not offer some sort of beard rejuvenation?
Oh, that's nice.
Service for a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, because one thing that guys are pretty proud of, in particular of, is their beards.
Absolutely.
If they have a beard, then they're going to brag about it.
Yeah.
But it's also I know without products, without something on there, then it's hard to grow.
Yeah, it is.
As well.
And it's just like any other hair. You get split ends, and it can look wiry, and if it's not conditioned or doesn't have any kind of like argan oil or something nourishing the hair, it's gonna look really it's gonna look like an untamed mane.
I think so too. And if you do color at your place, I mean, you can take these gray things out as well. And so it's just I think there's a lot of things that you can do that could be a service too that would appeal to guys.
Yeah.
Other than a massage or hair removal.
Right.
Of really treating that beard nice.
Absolutely. So I know we had talked about the argan oil, and we've kind of done a special. This is not a product that we currently have on the market, but we're putting it on the market.
We're creating it today.
We are creating it today. Like literally just like right before we started this, we're like, hey, let's put this in the system. Let's go. We're going to do a back bar size argan oil. So it's going to be the same size as this.
Yeah, so it'll be an 8 ounce.
It'd be an 8 ounce. This is the hydrocell, but this is what it normally comes in the 1 ounce. And I love this one, but we go through it pretty quickly in our house. And especially if you're offering, like the beard services, or, if you're introducing, the cupping or massage to the treatments that you offer, I think it's important to have a big size of it. So it'll come in this big size, and but here's a retail size that you can carry for your guys to take home.
Yeah. So hey, we'll do 15% off of that
cool.
too, since we're just kicking that off today.
Just kick that off.
We'll kick it off for the rest of the month, and we'll put that back bar size argan oil out there.
Awesome.
And which means I have to make a label today.
Yeah,
I'll get it done. Don't worry.
So you can place your orders. It's okay.
Yeah, you can order it. I just need to make a label.
It won't take us any time to do that. But then, of course, we still have our acne facial kit that we have available. I think that's a really great option for, like we said earlier, for guys, because you can take the same products and do a really good facial, and then do the argan oil on their beard, and that's an amazing treatment for a guy. But some other stuff you may want to take home, skincare regimen to suggest for guys. The Tri-X peel pads.
Because it appears from the bottom.
Yes, it does.
Out of nowhere. The Tri-X peel pads, I have found, especially for guys, it's just convenient.
It is.
And if it's not convenient, most guys are not going to do it.
Nope.
And so as far as continual exfoliation, I mean, I love our cell turnover treatments. I use them a lot myself, but I'm in the business, and so I get it, I understand. But most guys that I know, instead of doing that, it's easy for them to take this. It's got 3 different acids in it, and at least some continual exfoliation between some sort of appointment that they're coming in, hopefully with you, for regular extractions and removal and things like that. But man, I'm just telling you, the difference in my skin, it's like night and day.
Yeah, and I forgot to grab one, but our Tri-X peel pads, we also have a Tri-X spot treatment.
Yeah, it's a little stronger.
Yes, and it's really good because those guys are gonna pick at their face. They're gonna pop the pimples. But even if they don't, they can just roll that onto the blemish, and the body will either absorb it or it will come to surface faster, and then they're able to exfoliate and get that off their skin. So I know those are the 3 products: the argan oil, the Tri-X peel pads, and the spot treatment are like the 3 things I can get my husband to do. Like
Right.
he just started using a good cleanser, and I mean, I've been here for a long time, so
that's step 1, baby steps.
Right, exactly. So Trax peel pads, the Trax spot treatment, and the argan oil are definitely good ones to suggest for your male clients if you're looking for a retail option. And then of course we are introducing the big size argan oil so that you can have that for your back bar, in addition to the acne facial bundle or acne facial kit that we have. We can just like call that a man treatment too, of some kind.
Yeah, we'll come up with some creative name.
Yeah,
but
it's a really good. Those are really good options. So.
But I think we mentioned this earlier too, though, is that you want to make these things convenient, especially for reordering for guys. If you can do it online, then that's great. If you can offer, if you have a website where you can sell products online, or if you have a subscription service, guys will subscribe to something where they don't have to think about it, that it just shows up, or it's just a regular draft from their account, and there's 2 or 3 things that they get every month, which is it's great recurring revenue for you, but it's also good for them, and it's easy. So if you can think in terms of those kinds of things with products that they use at home, you want them to do that, and it's going to be better for them too.
Absolutely. Well, so we make it easy, make it casual, protect yourself and your business as well as the client, and enjoy the argan oil, I guess.
Yeah, so nothing complicated this week, which, men are pretty simple.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I'm not going to go there. We should just shut this down.
Yeah, we've gone
shut it down.
We just need to be done with this one.
We do. Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you for supporting all my bros out there with the blackheads on their nose that need to come off. That you see them, but I promise you, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Hopefully that you'll be able to do some education and put some things out there where he'll become more aware of some different things that you can help him with. You don't want him to be pretty. He doesn't want to be pretty. There can only be one good-looking one in the relationship. It's better if it's her. At least that's my philosophy.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for coming. And if you have any questions, of course, reach out to us via social media or via email. You can find us at skintherapeutic.com. And if you don't have an account, just go to request a professional account and we will get back to you soon. But other than that, have a great day.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
See y'all later.